eigenlijk waar geen genezing voor was. En scleroderma is een ziekte dat neemt je leven. Toen ik begon uit te vinden dat God een man als mij kon redden. Toen dacht ik bij mezelf, dan kan hij alles doen. Net als het daar zegt in Jeremia 32 vers 27. Ik ben de Heere, de God van al vlees. Is er iets dat te moeilijk is voor mij? Nee. En toen konden we beginnen om onze jongen, om te vragen aan de Heer, om onze jongen te genezen, om die scleroderma van hem af te nemen. En hij deed die. We gaan eventjes naar dat programma toe, dat ik toen zag in 1969 op de televisie. En daar de Heer mij eigenlijk bovennatuurlijk attent op maakte. Hij dreef me er gewoon heen. En zo op de live kijken.
I believe in miracles.
I Believe in Miracles, the new series of telecasts featuring Kathryn Khulman, who has brought belief and hope to countless thousands across the nation. Each week at this time, Kathryn presents guests from many walks of life, men and women who have experienced the awe and wonder of a miraculous touch of faith, help from beyond themselves. And now, Kathryn Khulman.
I believe in miracles because I believe in God. And whenever you see God work, you always see Him work in a supernatural way. You folk are
Greek Orthodox.
Greek Orthodox all of your life.
All our life.
And you had never in your life been to a healing service.
No.
Was divine healing something new to you? Had you never seen anyone healed?
That was my first experience of any.
But you were so desperate.
I was, Miss Khulman. I would give up my life for my child to be normal again.
I guess that's true. Mrs. Juszczyk, only a mother who has been in the same position as you have been in can fully appreciate. You would rather have given your own life that your son could have two good legs.
Yes, Miss
And
Khulman.
already one leg, an inch and a half shorter, and what did the doctor say was the future for this child?
Well, they never predict the future for him. They never guaranteed that he would ever be well again. So
A permanent deformity.
Yes,
Who told you about coming over to the services?
a neighbor of mine.
What did she say?
She told me about your divine healings. Why don't I take Eugene over there?
So you
In
came.
your side. I did.
Did you
by
come
myself.
alone?
I came myself.
But you got nothing the first service.
No. I took Eugene to second service.
What happened the second service?
We are standing against the wall on the left,
Yes.
and you starts calling, there's a child here with a brace.
And I didn't know you. You were
No,
strangers.
you never knew anything about me, Miss Khulman. You didn't
And you
even
were
know.
standing against the wall with Eugene.
Yes. And when you call this healing, you say he has a brace. I accidentally grabbed Eugene and I starts crying.
And what was he doing? Nothing.
Well, he said to me, Mommy, he felt heat going through his whole body.
So what did you do? Did you take him?
I took him to the ladies' room.
And then
And
what did you do?
I got a screwdriver.
From whom?
One of the ushers. He gave
And what
me-
did you do, honey? Began taking the brace off.
I took him in the ladies' room and I took the brace off. And you had him after I took the brace off. Well, the shoe was built up that part that was an inch and a half. I had to take that off.
That's what you wanted with the screwdriver.
Yes, 'cause it
you
was
had to unfasten the shoe from this brace.
Yes.
And then when you unscrewed the shoe from the brace, you found out then for the very first time that the child's leg had lengthened.
Yes, Miss
Were you
Khulman.
amazed?
I was. And you had him running up and down the aisle.
Were both legs
Normal.
exactly the same length?
Yes, Miss Khulman.
What had happened and when did it happen? Do you think that the miracle took place when he was standing against the wall, or
I
when...
believe that.
Do you?
I believe that, Miss Khulman. When he said, Mommy, there's heat. The power of God went through him, but I didn't know anything about it.
That's right. Being
It was all new to
Orthodox,
me.
you didn't know one thing about the power of God.
That's why it's my first
And
experience.
you had never seen a miracle. You had never seen anyone healed.
No.
But that took a lot of faith to ask for a screwdriver, honey, because the doctor said,
It was impossible for him
And-
to go without this brace.
and that no weight was to have
No.
been placed on that leg. And yet back in that lady's room, you unscrewed the shoe from the brace.
Yes. So taking him home, the one shoe that the bad leg was on didn't have the heel. I had to take him without the heel because, see, the heel, the 1.5 inch was attached to the brace. I had no way of taking the heel off.
Well, how did he go home then?
Well, with the one leg with the heel and the other shoe without it.
Honey, that's mighty real. Believe me, you believe in healing today.
I sure do.
Nobody can ever tell you that God doesn't work in a wonderful way. And one thing, it was your complete confidence in God. I still say, you know, it makes no difference whether we're Greek Orthodox, whether we're Roman Catholic, whether we're Protestant. It's still what we have in our heart. And you were a desperate mother that afternoon. Dear Jesus, thanks for having heard the simple prayer of a desperate mother. This is the young man who is, Eugene, how old are you?
24 now, man.
Man, 24 years of age. He's had 4 years in the Air Force.
Yes, ma'am. 4 years. I spent 18 months in Okinawa and 18 months in Turkey.
I know I made an awful mistake a while ago, just a few minutes ago. I said, now, Eugene, you've been a Marine how long? Oh, no, he said, Miss Khulman, it's the Air Force. Eugene, to think that you were that 9-year-old boy with Perthes disease, the disease of the bone, and doctors said you would be deformed the rest of your life. And look at all these trophies. Do you remember that afternoon in the auditorium in the miracle service, just 9 years of age, and wearing this brace that your mother was telling us about a few minutes ago? Do you remember anything about the service?
I can remember certain parts of it, but not a heck of a lot. I can remember those taking off the brace, but that's about all. I can't remember a heck of a lot. Not really.
Do you remember them unscrewing the shoe from the brace?
That's what I remember the most, right?
Do you?
I sure do.
Were you frightened?
Not really, I wasn't fighting at all because it was just something I wanted. I wanted to get this brace off so bad that, well, it was just something.
You wanted to run and play like other boys
I sure
so
did.
much you would have done anything.
I felt left out, is what I felt. Playing with the other guys, and I just felt left out. I couldn't play ball like they could. And I didn't want them to feel sorry for me because that was the last thing in my mind.
That's the reason you even played with crutches, right?
Right.
Oh, Eugene. All right, I'm holding something. And I see this is most important. How old were you when you got this, Eugene? And tell me what it's for.
Well, I was 12 years old when I got this trophy.
12.
Yes, ma'am. I
Now
got
remember, you were 9 years of age wearing that brace.
Yes.
And one leg was 1.5 inches shorter until God healed you.
Right. And it was the next year that I began to play Little League ball. Then I earned this trophy when I was 12 for pitching. I had the best pitching average in the league for this Little League team, and they gave me this trophy to represent, or to give me this trophy for good accomplishment I did there.
After God healed you.
Yes, ma'am.
That was your very first trophy
Yes.
at the age of 12.
Yes.
I know, Eugene. There was quite a write-up in the paper regarding that wonderful achievement. All right, what's next?
Well, the next one is the one from Pony League. I was 14, was my last year to be in Pony League, and I got another pitching trophy. I did have the best pitching trophy again in Pony League, the best pitching record in Pony League, so they gave me this trophy here. Well, I'll tell you, I'm proud of this one right here the most, my Little League trophy, because it was my first one, and I can remember receiving this one the most.
It sort of made you feel that you were all boy again, that you were absolutely normal.